Good morning, welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer and this is A Country Life. And if you're a regular here, you probably saw a vlog maybe a couple videos back where I was just starting out in the morning and I was going to make some caramel pecan rolls. I thought I was going to get them done that day, and then I read the directions and it said the dough had to sit in the fridge overnight or for up to 4 to 5 days. Well, I'm in my kitchen 2 days later, and in this bowl I have a 1/3 cup of melted butter, a 1/2 cup of very packed brown sugar, a tablespoon of corn syrup, and I need 2/3 cup of pecans, which I have right there. But I'm just going to get this mixed up here, put the pecans in. I greased my 9x13 pan and I'm going to pour all of this yummy goodness into the pan. I'm just going to measure the pecans in my 1/2 cup measuring cup here and then add in some more. I don't think too many pecans is never a bad thing. Alright, so let's get this mixed. It does not have to be cooked or anything, just mixed like this. Good morning, Joe.
Morning.
You lifting weights today?
Yep.
No.
We need a 1/2 cup of regular white sugar and then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
It might be Cinderella. Yeah, it might be, because I know who she
One.
is. I just can't figure out the name. I can't remember.
And
the
2.
name.
So this is roughly 15 by 9. I'm going to put a little more melted butter on here and then sprinkle on the cinnamon sugar. So my camera battery died while I was finishing up with the caramel pecan rolls, and those have to rise actually for an hour and a half. It says at 85 degrees. Well, there's nowhere in my house right now that's 85. But, so I'm gonna let them rise for a little bit. What are you having? Please tell me that's not breakfast.
No, I already had breakfast.
You already had breakfast. Okay, good. So I have Peter and Maria here. Joe is actually still collecting laundry. And we are going to work on our South America unit because we're waiting. This is probably one of the things about homeschool that is very different than, at least for me, having been a teacher so many years ago, is that you have a start time and those kids have to be in the room, in their desk, ready to go. There isn't anything else like pulling for them to have to do, because the only thing they have to do is school, and as a teacher, the only thing you have to do is school at that point, right? And so, but with homeschool, it isn't like that. And everybody's doing something different. I wanted to read, so we do a morning read aloud. Right now we're reading The Legend Begins
of St. Nicholas.
Yes, it's The Legend of St. Nicholas. So we're reading that here. I thought that'd be appropriate and fitting for Advent here. And I wanted to read. So I was ready to read, but Sam had just gotten started on his math, and he was like, well, can you just give me at least 15 or 20 minutes? Okay, so 15 or 20 minutes. Do I go and do something else? Like, do I start laundry? Do I think and look at my menu plan and see what I have to get out for tonight's supper? Or do I come out here and get things started with Peter and Maria? But then are we going to be able to do what we want to do in 15 or 20 minutes? That's the question. And then if we're not quite done, then do we just stop so that when Sam is done, we go and do our reading and then come back to this? It's like this eternal question of, we're like always feel like we're waiting on one another, and then the other person gets started on something and they don't want to stop. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if I'm explaining that right. If you're a homeschooling parent, you probably get it. I suppose a lot of you understand that, even if you're like working with a group of people, that it's sometimes hard to get everybody at the same moment ready to do the same thing. So I'm going to stop yammering on about that. We're pulling out our South America unit. And today, what is it that we have today? We already did the countries. We already did the capitals. We are going to do the do you know. You did the do you know? Which countries border the Atlantic Ocean? What is the name of the southernmost point of South America? Wait, we did that already? No, we did not. So we're going to do the do you know page for South America today. I just wanted to give you guys a peek at the book that we're reading, Nicholas the Legend Begins, a coming-of-age novel based on the real St. Nicholas. It's a good book. I believe it is this author's first novel, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read on the back here. So it is a good story, and I think that the kids are interested in getting to the end to actually see the whole thing, you know, from beginning to end, but it sometimes does feel a little bit long. Sometimes there's a lot of description for things that I feel like don't quite need that much. But anyway, we are plugging along on this. Our goal, we read a chapter every day, Monday through Friday. We're on just chapter 9 right now, and there's quite a few chapters here. So we're hoping to get this all done by Christmas. And I have been moving the rolls because our house is only, well, it's saying now it's 72 in the house, but it says these need to rise someplace where it's 85 degrees. And so if we peek under, they're getting there. So what's going to happen next? We're just going to leave them sit there in the sunshine like that. Sorry for the lighting. Oh, it's having a hard time finding me. But we're going to just leave them there. Joe and I are going to go for a walk. I think we're going to brush your teeth though first, Joe. Can I see them? Let me see the top ones. Did you brush them this morning?
Yes.
Okay, well then we're not going to brush your teeth. But we're going to go for a walk down in the mailbox. I have a letter I have to get in there. And Peter and Maria are reading, and Sam is going to be working on his chemistry shortly. Are you guys reading?
Yep, we're reading to me. I already read to her. Peter already read to me. I'm reading to him, but he's not listening.
I see.
I am.
All right, well I can't actually look at you guys right now because I didn't bring my sunglasses. And my eyes are just watering and watering. But it is a gorgeous day. Joe forgot to bring his hat, and I think it's actually okay. It's not that cold. We're actually setting up for today. It's supposed to be in the mid-30s, I think, maybe even upper 30s. And by Wednesday, we're supposed to have some record highs. I think they were saying, I don't know, like the TV station in Wausau was saying that I think a record high is 48 degrees for that day, and they're already predicting that it might get up to like 54. So that's pretty amazing for this time of year. Although we really don't want our snow to melt, because this is great. Snowmobile weather snow, isn't it, Joe?
No, but it's sugar.
I know, we can't find sugar, can we?
Sugar!
Yeah, Joe's kind of in a mood right now because we couldn't find sugar. I told him she's probably just hiding under the car. All right, we have some shade here now so I can kind of talk to you guys. I do know by looking at my demographics here at YouTube that a very large percentage of the viewers here at A Country Life are my age, or maybe about 5 years younger than me, and then older. That's a large percentage. But if you are a mom, like just starting out in your mothering and you're watching, and you live in an area where you actually get winter, I would just urge you to think about when you're buying winter clothes for little kids to buy things that are very neutral in colors, because little kid snow clothes are expensive and honestly they don't wear them out. Just buy whatever the best is at the time that you can afford. Shop the Goodwills and off-season and garage sales and things like that, and look for neutral colors. Then you can just keep cycling them through as many kids, and when you have your first child and you don't know what is going to happen after that and everything is pink, well, most of us don't always want to put our boys into pink things or whatever, so I'm just saying. So anyway, just a little note to think about that when you're purchasing things, snow clothes and that, to choose neutral colored items. What is that sound, Joe? Yeah, can you guys hear that?
Just it.
Those are a couple military planes.
Just it.
Those are a couple military planes flying in tandem. Okay, no, now I'm thinking that they're helicopters. I don't know. My eyes are watering so much from the sun that I can hardly even see anything. But that's kind of neat. Well, just as Joe and I were coming back to the house, Peter and Maria were heading outside. So I came in though to look at, well, actually I did a little shoveling. We moved our van and there was some snow under, so I did that. And then I came in and these look to be, I would say, doubled in size. It said an hour and a half. I had them sitting, you saw that, over on the chair in the sunshine, and they look really, really pretty. I just need to check. So now reading over until double, about an hour and a half. Set over bowl with water. I didn't need to do that. Heat oven to 375 and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. 375. For dinner rolls, use 2 8x8 or make 20 rolls. Okay. All right, so let's get this set. And in a little bit, we're going to get these baked. We'll actually be able to have caramel pecan rolls for lunch. How does that sound? I know I said we were just going to have caramel pecan rolls for lunch. And I even told Warren that when he just came in a little bit ago, but no, we're not. I have a lot of leftovers, so I have 2 baked potatoes from, maybe that was Friday night that we had baked potato. I don't remember anymore, but anyway, I have 2 of those. I got out my cast iron pan. I'm just gonna slice these up and make fried potatoes. And then I have a little bit of cream chicken left here. I have some green beans. I have some chicken gravy. I have a little bit of a vegetable and gravy mixture. I have some fresh veggies with a little ranch. We have frosting. Look at that, we have a whole bowl of frosting, and we will find something to do with that. I have a whole lot of mashed potatoes here, and I have some pizza burgers. So there's just 5 of us. So we'll be able to find something easily here. Joe, did you find sugar?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Has top of Maria's room.
She's in Maria's room. Come on. Come on. Oh, cute little kitty. You are the sweetest little kitty. Isn't she cute?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 25 minutes is perfect. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see those. Okay, I do have to get a platter. I should have done that right away, but let me do it quick. All right, I'm just gonna leave this inverted so that all of the yummy caramel goodness will drip down on the rolls, and we will lift that up when it is time for lunch. I put it on low, put a little bit of butter in there. Okay, well, it's time to serve these up.
A little bit smaller than those super small ones, and that's chocolate.
Are these ice fishing dogs?
No, they're regular. Well, Warren's getting to the last bite of his caramel, I can't even say it, caramel roll. And he just said, because the big question is it what you remember? It's what you remember. Because I started this out 3 days ago saying that you really had wanted caramel rolls, and that I just made some kind of muffin that wasn't really acceptable, except Sam thought it was great. Anyway,
fine. It just wasn't caramel roll.
right, it wasn't caramel rolls, exactly. And so I found Warren's mom's recipe, and I made them exactly like it said. And 3 days later, we finally have caramel rolls.
They're excellent.
So
Very good.
And it moves and it makes me yum.
This is all one piece, I believe, here. Yep. Yep, that's all.
One big
It just
piece.
broke in half. Just broke in half, so I'm going to make sure that it all makes it on my plate along with the nuts. Thank you.
Well, we're moving into this afternoon with a lot of laundry. So I was folding laundry this morning in between school lessons. I have a load here to pull out of the dryer. Ooh, it kind of balled up. I'm going to have to check and see if everything got dried. And I have another load here in the washer to move over. That is done. And if you have a front loader, do you always check down here and make sure that there isn't like a sock or a Kleenex or hair or fuzz or whatever else? It's always a good idea. Check in there. It seems to keep it a little cleaner. Also, I'm not going to do it right this second. This is just, I mean, that's not what's in here. This is just an empty bottle that I reused for, this is a vinegar water solution. And I spray it all around this gasket here. I think I've mentioned that before. I also spray it on the door here. It just helps to keep the door in this little groove here clean and smelling good. It also helps to keep this clean and smelling good as well. All right, it's already supper time, and I'm going to be making easy kung pao beef. So I've never made this recipe before, but actually last week when Warren and I went, it was actually on our anniversary, we ended up going out Christmas shopping that night, and we wanted to go to Panda Express because it's just a place that we rarely ever go to. Well, I called in advance to see if their dining room was open, and the guy said, yeah, it's open. So, all right, we get up there. Well, it wasn't. It was just drive-through, and we really didn't feel like eating that type of food in the car. He's been wanting kung pao beef, and I thought, well, let's just try it. I don't know. I typed in a few, I just kind of searched around a few different recipes. So I had some actual beef here that I had in the freezer from a different recipe I was going to make that I bought 2 packages for. I ended up only needing 1 package. And so I had this. So this is just salt, peppered, and then there's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I kind of just mixed it in like that. And now I'm making up the sauce. So for the sauce, you need ketchup and the balsamic vinegar. I'm now on to the soy sauce. I'm going to put in chili sauce and sesame seed oil. All right, well, I just tasted this. I feel like it needs a little more sweetness. Like it's almost too sharp. But I really don't want to doctor it up too much because, you know, first time making it and all. Yeah, it just kind of feels like it tastes like it needs a little more sweetness. Well, when Warren comes in, I'll have him give that a try. Well, I don't have a whole lot of faith in this recipe. I'm not fond, I'm not fond of the sauce. Here's my setup. I do have some rice going in that little small pot over there, and I have some oil heating in the cast iron. And then what I'm going to be doing is putting in some red pepper flakes. Now, we could not find, Warren actually went into town this morning. He had to run a couple errands, and he looked for, if I could find it on here, where is it? Right here. And he actually stopped at 3 different stores, one being an Asian market, looking for Thai red dried chilies, and he could not find them anywhere. The lady there, they did not have them. They only had like pepper flakes, which of course I already have. And then he went to Walmart and he went to Pick and Save. So anyway, couldn't find that at all. So I think what I better do is put a little bit more of the hot pepper flakes in. So the situation is, put in the hot pepper flakes, let them cook for about 30 seconds. Put in the ginger. I'm going to add in the onion, add in the green pepper, which I already have diced. It's sitting over there. And then once, give that stuff just a really, really quick. It says about 1 minute to cook that. And I'm going to throw in the beef, cook that for 2 to 3 minutes, pour in the sauce, cook that for another minute. It should kind of thicken up. And that is going to, oh, and then throw in the peanuts. And then that will be it. So we'll see how this all turns out. So this is the finished Kung Pao beef.
It's good.
I don't know. Did you try it, Peter?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I like it.
I'll go try it.
Warren says he likes it. I tried it. I don't know. I just didn't care for the flavor. You think it's all right?
Yep.
Honey, it's too vinegary.
It's hot. Huckies.
Quick, wash it down. Well, I'm going to actually try some with some rice and see what I think. There's not much left here. That's okay, though. But I'm going to try it with some rice because I just had a little bite of it without the rice and without the peanuts. So maybe all of that together brings out all the flavors. We'll see. Whoop, we just lost an ornament, just as I was going to film. Okay, so our Christmas tree here this year, let me stand back. We got a pretty narrow tree. We always cut a wild tree. So you probably already saw that video where we cut the tree. And I really love this one because of all the pine cones. Absolutely adore all those pine cones. I hope they don't fall as the tree dries a little bit. I hope they don't start to fall off. This is the first time ever that we've put ornaments on before lights, but I ordered some lights this year. They are on like a wire, a little copper, very, very thin wire, and so they're very lightweight. And I just thought that that would work better because when you have a wild tree, the branches are not as strong as a sheared tree at a Christmas tree farm. Those lights won't be here until Wednesday. I think I ordered those on Saturday, but they won't be here till Wednesday. So we'll put the lights on afterwards. Hopefully that's going to work out, and I hope I don't regret that later. And then guess what else I'm going to do before bed here? We're going to vacuum the black rug, which actually will be the second time for today. I don't even know why I put the vacuum away. And then we always just put down a piece of plastic so that if we do have any drips of sap or anything, at least it'll catch some of it. And I think that that's going to close out tonight's video. I actually do have an item that was sent to me. It is a bed topper. It's like a memory foam. It does need 24 hours to kind of like, I don't know if you say not to come up to pressure, but like to fully inflate or whatever, because they come compressed in a box. So I might still, it is only 25 after 8, so I might actually still unwrap that and unbox that and get that inflating or whatever you want to call it, kind of like puffing up, so that I can get that on the bed tomorrow sometime before bed. Yeah, I'm really eager to try that. It was sent to me for free. It's not a sponsored video. They just sent it, they sent it and said, hey, try it out. And share it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, and I'm sure I'm gonna do that in just a couple minutes, but I have to get these kids into bed. Actually, Peter and Maria are on for bath night here, so shortly, Maria, as soon as you get these things, all your dollies picked up, okay, then it's gonna be time for bath. Joe, you directing music right now?
Yeah.
He loves being a director.